Hello, this is Stanley Jack, Poetry Dances, Lessons on Poetry Dances. Again, Ama, Great Spirit, Okantanka. Yeah, we are covering lessons on how to poetry dance, and of course, poetry in the form of music. Of course, while you're playing an instrument, it's hard to dance. So we'll put down the guitar temporarily and give lessons on poetry dances. Poetry dances, what we have here is some paperwork that needs to be done. When you get into a set or a studio, you definitely have to finish your what you call release forms. And here are samples of a release form. And it's important for the person that's trying to build and assemble the project. And so certain liability release forms, liability waiver, and appearance release forms are important in a project to simply authorize the lead producer or executive producer to finish a product that's edited and compiled for sales. So it's a marketing tool to represent a what you call a prototype product that needs to be sold to networks like Netflix or broadcast networks like ABC, CBS, NBC, depending on the genre and the storytelling involved. Whether it be a documentary, it'll be on PBS or something. But the idea is to have all the participant signed release forms. Without the release form from the participants, then we can't move forward, and there's no poetry dancing at all. Again, but those that sign the release form and participate, I mentioned the significance of knowing how to poetry dance in a given set or studio, that you at least know your mark, like the full body frame mark, sometimes half a body frame, depending on the director of photography and the guidance of the director, he will zoom in and out of your frame, right? So for the full frame, you want to capture. We'll go back to the lessons on basic strikes, because I'm gonna delete the other video. I was wearing my pajamas in that video. But anyways, the basic poetry dancing is your stunt strike zones. Your stunt strike zones, and these strike zones are important for every participant to know and basically memorize. And of course, the importance of your stance. You have to maintain a stance, until the director says, that's when he says cut, that's a wrap. It means your pivot point or your mark is now completed. You go into the next mark, your next position. So maintaining a stance on your mark or in your pivot point is like in any movie set, TV set, any auditioning, you have to know your mark, where your pivot point is. And so this particular lesson was to show the pivot point, your stance, and now the strikes. Reasoning on repeating the strikes, the stunt strikes, is because in order to learn the blocks, you have to know the stunts strikes by heart, by knowing the where that strike zone is at. So you have to understand, right? When the opponent's right hand strike, you have to understand what that is. Okay, so this is a right hand strike, a stunt strike, a stunt punch. That's a right hand, and it has many zones, and its origination. Okay, origination and destination. Okay, the strike origination, destination, right? So it's an uppercut and a destination always lands on that mark or in that punch point, right? So this is a strike, a stunt strike, right arm punch, stunt punch, right? Same thing with the left, right? Your origination from the bottom to the top, it's an uppercut strike, stunt strike. Same thing with the hook, it's called roundhouse hook, but the destination is always at that point, right? So right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. See, these are all right zones, left zones, stunts, punch stunts, right? Same thing with the kick stunts, right? So you have your right kick. Doesn't have to be high, as long as it's knee lift. Yeah, you lift up your knee and kick. That's how you can really kick. So you lift up your knee and kick. Lift up your knee, kick, and try to go back to your pivot. Lift up your knee and kick, right? So lift up your knee and kick, and that's the zone, kick zone, stunt zone, okay? Kick stunt zone. There, left, lift up your knees, kick. Lift up your knees, kick. All right, same thing, back. Same thing, back. All right, so these are your strike zones. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then of course the double punch. 5. All right, 5. Double punch. Can't do a double kick. I mean, if you're good, you can do a double kick, but there's only 5 strikes, stunt strikes. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so you keep practicing that on this video. You keep, practicing these zone punches. All right, and of course you maintain that pivot so that the director of photography and the director can frame your body and with your opponent. All right, or your scene partner doing both poetry dancing. I guess, well, we'll stick with the strike with this particular lesson. All right, stunt strikes, because OSHA.gov requires safety in anywhere you work, any workplace. OSHA.gov regulates safety in any workplace. All right, hazard materials or scene partner stunts. That's, a choreographed stunt is really safe because it's, like dancing cha-cha, with another partner, or, you're doing your solo electric slide. They're called kata and karate, but I'm just saying you can poetry dance alone or poetry dance with a scene partner, a 2, 3, 4, as much as you could choreograph a good fight scene, choreography of a scene that's very violent, or and that's the ideal artistic choreographers in what you call action genre. All right, again, this is my character as Stanley Jack, and we're just following through the previous videos that we did before on the basic poetry dances, the basic stance, the basic steps, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, the basic counts, and also the zone strikes. zone strikes, right? We simplified it that you only have 5 zones. One zone, the right hand, second zone, left hand, third zone, right leg, fourth zone, left leg, and then of course the double zone, double arm punch zone, right? So thank you very much for watching this Poetry Dances. I'm gonna pick up my guitar and I'm on my mark in character as Stanley Jack. Stanley Jack with my and of course this guitar is slack key. And of course the important thing is in any project you need to help your producer get all your the release form signs in a project, because everybody needs to be accounted for, especially their EIN or social security IDs, so that come time when the actual finished product is sold and it earns a profit, proper proceed distributions to the participants will get compensation. That's the idea of release forms, is to know the person. It's kind of like an application, but it's more than an application, because producers like myself, we're independent. We're not studios. Studios still want you to sign the release forms, but there's the union rules, SAG-AFTRA.org, that we abide to. But we're not a high budgeted individual unless somebody donates or I win the lottery. But the idea of people that participate in my music videos or scenes, they have to sign the release forms. I am not filthy rich like the Hollywood studios. I'm just an individual consulting artist, and I got some ideas to create jobs for ourselves in Stanislaus County. Hi, my name is Stanley Jack. I'm multilingual. Yo no soy materialístico en este mundo. Mi vida solamente. Okay, that's just a sample of Stanley Jack, and hopefully you participate and join our project and poetry dance with us. Thank you very much, and God bless you.